Jai Baba friends, it's Sunday, May 5th, and our good friend Vijay Bhalekar is our guest. Um, so he will tell his story, a bit about his father's story, and I'm hoping he'll sing. Vijay, it's so good to have you back. It's so good to, yeah, have you back. All right, I'm going to spotlight you. And here we go. Jai Baba, Vijay.
Jai Baba, very loving Jai Baba to everyone. And thank you for inviting on Baba Zoom and giving me this opportunity. I think Baba Zoom is very special to me and helped me in my relationship to Baba because and to connect with so many of his lovers globally. So I am grateful. Please keep on working. Yeah.
Vijay,
Yeah. Well,
we
yeah.
all feel that gratitude. We
Yeah.
all feel grateful. I wonder, Vijay, if you can move a little bit to your right. You're not centered in the it's to your right. I don't know how hard that is. Is that okay? You can. That's better. Okay, and you can still play your harmonium, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay.
and the sound is okay.
Sound is good. Yeah, would you, anybody comment? Yes, I think it's good. Good, thank you.
Yeah. Jai Baba. So yeah, I will tell my story as begin with my father's story and as well as my story. And I would love to interact if you have any questions. So I love to interact. So that will help me to come out more. Yeah.
If
So
if you have
I'm
a question, sir, if you have a
yeah,
question, raise your hand. I will, I'll call on you. Do you want them to, it's okay if they interrupt you or?
yeah. If
Okay, all right,
they can raise their hand
yeah.
and yeah, they're welcome. Yeah. Mm. So I'm Vijay Bhalekar, residing at Pune now. Right now, I am retired as a joint general manager from Defense Department, and I am born in Bawa family. It's a privilege for me, and my father, Sulu Meshram, he was very, I should call him great lover of Baba because Baba appreciated his love and his bhakti to him. And he has given his example, in Lord Maha, it is mentioned in a chapter, Sulu and Sudama. He compared him with Sudama, and it was regarding his trust and faith. Baba said that Sulu has not seen my real form, and he has come to me since his very young age, and he has such a trust and faith in me that I appreciate his love, and he really means folded his hand and appreciated his love and bhakti and trust and faith. So anyway, to begin with, he when he was 14 years old in 1938. In 37, he lived at Nagpur and going to school at model school in Nagpur. And in 1937, as you know, Baba used to tour all over with Norino Machbeli and his Mandali. So he happened to visit Nagpur with Norina Machveli and other Mandli. And it was in the newspaper. So when Sulu saw the newspaper and he saw Baba's picture, he became restless and he wanted to meet him at once. He inquired and found that Mr. Arad Jasawala's father, Papa Jasawala, that family, they hosted Baba in their house known as Mary Lodge in Chowni area, Nagpur, Kent area. Uh, so he went to their house and expressed his curiosity to meet Baba. And that was in January 1938. So they wrote to Baba from on the from the guide means from the order of his father, Papa Jesawala. RH wrote to Baba, and Baba called him. Baba said, "Oh yeah, send the boy." So in April, he made preparation, and then RH he helped him. He left him at the railway station and gave him. They explained him everything about Baba, given his photographs and some books also, literature, and then 2 bags of oranges. As Nagpur is famous for oranges, and 2 packets of oranges. So when he left for Pune, that time Baba was in Panchagani, a place close near to Pune. And from Pune, one only bus is available to go to Panchagani and then to Mahabaleshwar. So Baba used to stay there quite many occasions. And so he left Nagpur and by train. And on the train, you have to change at station. There is no direct train from Nagpur to Pune. So while changing his train, his entire baggage was lost, and he thought that the platform has come, but when he got down, the train has moved because it was not a platform. So anyway, he lost all his baggage, and he with orange packet he came to Pune. Anyway, means by any means, and at Pune station he came out. He saw a bus, and he comes to bus driver, and he narrates a story of how he lost all his bag and baggage in the bus, in the train. And the driver, fortunately, he trusted his story and he said, yes, he knows Meher Baba and he can take you there to Panchagani. And he worked at Baba's Bangla earlier before getting this driver's job. So it Baba means Sulu was so lucky that the uh, nature has arranged everything. See, the God, everything helps when He calls you. Everything, circumstances, and all that works for you. And when he reached Panchagani, Baba's a person appeared to him, asking him, "Are you Sulu from Nagpur?" And he said, "Yes," but he said, "How you know me?" He said, "No, Baba sent me." He was Baba's brother, Jal, and Baba told him to pick up the boy with orange packets from the bus stop, and he picked him took him in the car. At that time, Baba was not there in the bungalow at Panchagani, and Sulusa Muhammad Mast was there, and Gai Mai was there. Arach's mother was there. So they asked him to wait, and she told him to wait. He said, Baba is coming, he has gone somewhere. And yeah, and after some time, Baba came there, and Sulu got at his feet, and then he narrated his story. And Baba says that, yeah, lose everything, but don't lose me. And then he called Vishnu and asked him to take him to the nearby quarters, arrange food for him, and he asked him to stay in the quarters. So he went to quarter. Are you able to listen? Means the sound is okay?
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Yeah. So he slept that night after taking his food. And next day, early in the morning, when he was taking his bath in the washroom, and there was a knock, and it was Gustadji. He knocked. He was knocking, and he says, "Sulu Sulu, Baba is calling you." And he already poured water, and he was wet. His underpants, and he just opened the door and he rushed to Baba like that. And when Baba was sitting in the hall with his mandali, and he just went there right away in his shorts, wet body, and he just folded hand and stood before Baba. And Baba looked at him, his simplicity and his wet body and pants, and Baba smiled. And he said, "What were you thinking last night?" Baba, he said, "Baba, all night I was only thinking of you and singing your bhajans, singing." And so Baba was pleased. And Baba said, "Fit for the part." So that was at the age of 14. Baba was very happy to see him and asked him to stay for 2 more days. And then gave him some instructions like taking his name and chanting his name and do this, like 4 or 5 instructions. And he made him to sit under a tree and meditate, do meditation. So every day when he came back, he used to do meditation and taking his name. So Baba asked him to go back to his home and keep in touch with him. So then till 1940 he was in touch with him. In 1941 he got a, job offer from Jabalpur, another town where we have grown up, and it was so he joined there, went there, and he wrote to Baba, and Baba permitted him to join. And then 43 Baba called him, 1943, when Baba was visiting Nagpur. And there was a big function arranged by Dr. C.D. Deshmukh at Nagpur. And so all big dignitaries and all that, it was arranged in a college. And all dignitaries came there. And Sant Tukadoji Maharaj was also there. He was a great saint of Maharashtra. He came along with his followers. And then 1945, yeah. So then Baba asked him, Sulu, to keep silence every Sunday for 1 hour. And then he called him at Hyderabad in 1945. and he say ki do preparation for be prepared for 2 months, stay and come here. And so he in 1945 he went to Hyderabad, and then Baba asked him, would you like to join me, be as a Vandali? And so he said, Baba, and he was doing job also and taking care of his family. So he said, Baba, my mother may not agree. So then Baba said, okay, then you go back in 2 days. And he says, ki, this 2 days is equal to 2 months staying with a God man. And he permitted him also to get married, and gave him instructions that keep in touch with me time to time. So in 1946 he got married, and with the permission of Baba. And in 1951 I am born. So in 1950, yeah, he came again in 1950 to Mahabaleshwar, Panchagani, and Baba called him there. Then 51 I am born. So as you know, Baba called Pune Bhajan Mandali also in October 1951. Sorry, 1950 at Mahabaleshwar. So in 1953, 1951 I am born. In 1953, when Baba was visiting uh, Nagpur, so he called my father and my family. So at Barrister Verma's house, Baba was giving darshan. Actually, he gave darshan to various places in Nagpur, and Deshmukh's house, and school, and some other places, and Barrister Verma's house. He called my father, and so he was late. My family was late. So Baba waited there. Ramji Abdullah said Baba delayed his visit to because he was late, and then Baba blessed me. Baba saw me as a baby, and he shook my hand, and and then Baba left Nagpur. So that was somewhere 3rd or 4th January 1953. And so after that, my father used to go to Guru Prasad every year when Baba used to call him, and darshan during the darshan. And 1955 Sahwas, when he went, Baba called him for when Sahwas was there at Mehrabad, and then after that Guru Prasad. In 56 he asked Baba. So he was known. He became famous as a boy fit for the path. His name was, and then in 55, like he started getting inner experiences also, like music and light. So once in front of Baba, when Mandi was also sitting, he said, I saw Baba when Baba was inquiring everyone. He said, Baba, I saw lights and this his inner experiences. So Baba stopped him. Baba says, ki never tell your inner intimate experiences. And So definitely he was, when he came to Baba, he was fit for the path. Baba accepted, and then he was put in the inner path. So he was totally lost in Baba, and he used to do meditation and chant. I used to see him. So while I was sleeping on the cot, and he was doing his daily routine of chanting Baba's name, and I used to watch him listening because my eyes were open, so half eyes I used to see him doing all this activity, and very devotionally he used to do that. So in every year he used to go, and in 1958 and 1959, once he did not go, he could not go due to my family problems, financial scarcity, and there were other brothers, and so they were sick. So then Baba sent it. Baba asked Adi to write to him, and the two-page letter, which is with me, and if time is there, I will read it. And you want to read me that later, or is it, so the essence is ki Baba, they were watching ki where is Sulu. Everyone was watching because there were 10,000 people. But Baba remembers him. And Adi says ki, we were looking for you, and we would be happy if you would have come, and Baba would be the happiest. One, I think I should read that later.
Yeah, good, read
Yeah,
it. That's good. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. So, and uh, uh, this is a letter from Adike Irani.
Mm.
Adike Irani, and my dear, let me see. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah. And it says June 25, 1959, Aditya Irani. My dear Sulu, I have been wanting to write to you since number of days. Pardon. Somehow it was not possible to do so for two reasons. I was busy running up and down between yeah, between Nagar and Pune, Mahabaleshwar and Bombay. Also, I was not feeling indisposed. The last 3 months, we have been having considerable activity during Baba's stay in Pune and some time in Bombay. Baba stayed in Bombay from 7th to 15 March. This gave an exceptional opportunity to his Bombay lovers to have his darshan, which he permitted daily morning between 9 to 12 during his stay there. There were hundreds of new faces coming in, amongst them being some eminent persons like Dr. K.M. Munshi, ex-governor of UP, ministers and officials. Baba was also invited while in Bombay at St. George's High School, Dadar, and NSB Blind Homes at Worli, where he saw hundreds of inmates, embraced them, and gave them prasad. February and March, Baba had kept open every morning, 9 to 12, for devotees to go and see him. In Pune, many persons from far and near got the advantage of his darshan. From beginning of April up to 7th June, Baba permitted to see him only on Saturday mornings. Those coming to know of this did not miss the opportunity of seeing him. Every Sunday, we used to see batches of lovers coming over to Pune from Andhra, Hamirpur, Dehradun, Nagpur, Calcutta, etc. And the resident Mandali there and I, a frequent visitor, talked among ourselves, remembering you and expecting you anytime to drop in. On Sunday, There were bhajans and kavalis, and the lovers had the opportunity of basking in the sunshine of Baba love for a few hours. Every Sunday, we raised our eyes to see you, but found that you were not there. Maybe you were busy or that some work did not permit you to snatch a few days away from your occupation and come to Pune. At least we did expect you on 7th June, which was the last Darshan Sunday. On this day, nearly 4,000 persons gathered at Guru Prasad from far and near, and I'm sure that they spent the happiest moments of their lives in Baba's company for a few hours. We would have been too happy to have seen you there. I am sure Baba would have been the happiest. Now there are no more Sundays, though Baba will be staying in Pune till the end of July. He is then expected to return to Maharajah, Pimpalgaon, unless there is some other programs he knows. From 7th June to end of July, Baba has uh, uh, and will be intensely occupied in his inner universal spiritual work. He is constantly been exhorting us not to disturb him in any way. And during Baba's recent stay in Pune, we witnessed a sudden and very miraculous change. With all the pain Baba has in the hip joint, we never expected that this would come about. Baba on his own began walking a few steps without the aid of sticks. He is doing so every day, increasing the distance of walk as abruptly as this.
Whoa, let's see what's happened now. BJ, are you there? I wonder if you can hear me. Maybe we'll pause the recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me close the door.
Okay.
The last thing we heard, BJ, was Baba was walking for unassisted further distance for every day at Guru Prasad.
Did you get that? Did you hear that, VJ? Ralph
No,
remembers
no.
you. Ralph remember you were talking about Baba walking unassisted. A
Yeah,
little.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. I will continue. I will continue after. Yeah,
Good.
just a second. Yeah, I was reading the letter, so I am continuing. And let's see. Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yes, just fine. Just like before. Same.
Okay. So during Baba's recent stay in Pune, we witnessed a sudden and very miraculous change with all the pain Baba has in the hip joint. We never expected that this would come about. Baba on his own began walking a few steps without the aid of sticks. He is doing so every day, increasing the distance of walk as abruptly as this. Baba remarked that world events may take a change for the fulfillment of the divine will, about which he has been time and again giving hints through his declarations. I hope this finds you and your dear ones happy and healthy. Wishing you as ever love, blessings of the beloved of beloveds. and with loving regards, yours brotherly, Adike Irani. So this was very interesting letter. So my father was inspired to go. And so this time I was 9 year old and I had the opportunity and invitation. And this was kind of invitation for both of us to come to Baba as a special guest. And so in June, it was at 8th June, we reached Pune. And my father arranged his stay with his friend in Ganesh Kind area. Yeah. And so on 8th June, by bus, we went to Guru Prasad Bunker. And it was morning time, early morning,
The
around
year,
8 o'clock.
what year, Vijay?
Pardon me?
What year, please?
This was in 1960.
Oh,
So when Baba's darshan program was there in following year, June 1960, it is I think it is not mentioned in Lord Meher because the mostly that period was covered with Irwin Luck only. Even though so many visitors were there, so you may not find in Lord Meher this time. But
BJ, I didn't hear what you there. What was the reason you thought that period was not covered? What I didn't hear what you said. The reason why is
no, see, there if they write everything, like there were so many people, the pages alone, 1960 will fill up the entire book. And God and Lord Meher is only, see, Baba's Leela is only say 20-30% it covers. And the important aspect. Baba did so many work and so much work, like 20,000 mosques meeting them, and some places even he went by himself. Even the Mandli was left behind, RH was waiting, he walks there alone like he knows everything. He goes into the house. So it is not possible, I think, to cover everything in Lord, my God. It just gives you short, and I think still they are means correcting it, yeah, because the Lord Mayor, what I saw during 90s, and now I think they are changing, yeah, some changes I see, yeah. So and then it is been written on online also, so there could be some means some typo mistakes or what. Of course they done very nice job and very nicely, and even so much information, even in Lord Meher, my God. Uh, we were staying in Jabalpur, and I remember there were hills nearby. I used to visit those hills and some old historical forts. And then I later on saw a Baba. Oh, this is the fort Baba visited. I used to go there to that fort for morning walk. So yeah, so Lord Mayor is like that. And so anyway, so I in 19 before that, now I come to my experience with Baba. I had uh, such a means my background is like that at since the age of 5 years I was very fond of Lord Krishna. I read and I used to visit all the those religious plays like Rama Leela and Krishna Leela. They used to celebrate, and then he used to do all these plays. So naturally, that knowledge of Ramayana and Mahabharata it began since the age of 5. And since the atmosphere at home was all Baba's, my father used to celebrate birthday, Baba program. Then going to the mosque, he used to take me on bicycle to the mosque. Like he used to ride bicycle for 14, 15 miles. And nearby mosque we visited like Thantan Pal Dada, Magga Shah Baba, some Mastani. And also on the hills, he used to go to the caves, contact the some sadhu. Some sadhu even used to visit my house also. And one of the sadhu, his name was Prakash Das. I still remember his face. He used to appear in my house suddenly at 10, around 10 o'clock. He used to talk at 10:30, like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And then he used to leave. And he used to ask me to accompany him to leave him walk out of town close to the hills. And then from there, he used to disappear in the hills. He said, my ashram is there on the hill, top of the hill. And it was really dark. And his eyes were so bright, shiny, white wrap. And I still remember him, his face, even though his picture is not there, but his smiling face. And one day he asked me also, Vijay, will you stay with me? I said, no, I can't stay with you. I have to do my studies and yeah. So that was the kind of, and my father even a few occasions he took me to the caves and see, but I didn't like those caves and all. And then there is a beautiful place near Jabalpur, around 14 miles. Again, Narmada River flows, and the place known as Bhedaghat. And Baba came in there, and it's a very religious and historical place. There are so many kind of temples and idols, like one place known as Chaushat Yogini, means like 64 yogis. And so many temples, Lord Shiva, and looked like a very ancient place. So Baba came there in 1938. He stayed there in the guest house, and the guest house cook also cooked for him. And he used to tell us the story when how Baba was and how he spent his time there. So all these things, there are beautiful. You see a waterfall, like I have picture. This is one of the picture you might have seen.
Yeah.
This is Bedaghat, and yeah, so it's a very quite nice place. Yeah. Hermes gave me this picture. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, the Hermes gave it to you.
Yeah, Hermes. Yeah. When I met him at Myrtle Beach in 1978, great character. So, I mean, yeah. Yeah, and this background of Rama and Krishna, and I used to decorate good exhibition on the occasion of Janmashtami and all those those festivals. So I had a spontaneous love for and desire, and I used aspiration for God, Rama, and then in 1956, my father requested Baba to visit Jabalpur and our home. And he was so stubborn, he was asking again and again. And so Baba said, okay, he will come to Jabalpur, but he will only visit your family and some nearby family. And then he gave him directives also. There is a group photo with my father. So one is Raja Sagar Kher, one is Mr. Muniraj, one is Murli Kale. Murli Kale, the new life companion, is also from Jabalpur, that place. There were quite people from Jabalpur. They were great lovers, and they were in touch with Baba. Mr. Pankraj and Muniraj, Professor Hajra, he has written few books. So they were there, and they were all so devoted. See, those time, Baba's time, everyone, I means, see, that energy was so key. Everyone talks about Baba. Everyone got interested when Baba was giving darshan. When, okay, so see, that kind of energy Baba released. So we have so much devotion for developed devotion. There was no reasoning. I never read Baba books, but only I remember कि I am the avatar. I was Rama. I was Krishna. I was Buddha. I was Zoroaster, and Christ, and now I am Muhammad, and now I am Her Baba. And this is all illusion. When I break my silence, you people will know who I am. Yeah, my manifestation will take place, and things that what we used to trust him. So with great fervor and with the great energy, we used to worship him. So when Baba said that he will be coming in 1956 to Jabalpur, he gave a specific direction. You take money only from this people. Don't collect any donation or anything. And then my father hired a factory bungalow, guest house, to make arrangements. And at my home also, he started all redecorating. So I remember the fencing. I was also very excited. Oh, Baba is coming. And I was 5 year old then, 1956. And yeah, but then telegram comes, he will come after 700 years. If Jabalpur is still there, so so that was anyway. So that's another story, and I will not go into the detail of that. But anyway, I will continue this in 1960. So before that, we used to live near a dargah. Dargah means you see small tomb of some Muslim saint, and people used to come there and worship. So that was backside near my house, and it was a beautiful area, defense area, all defense employees, and so the hill was there. Then railway train was there. Used to be around 6 ponds around, then there were hills. I used to run and on the hills and top, and then early morning, as soon as I wake up now, I used to go that near the dargah, and then used to walk on the small hill and watch trains and things like that. So that was my so anyway, so one day what happens that me and my father were there only in the home, and there were so my father locked. Sorry, my father went to office. 8 o'clock he used to go, and 5 o'clock he used to return back. So after he left, I also means after taking my lunch, I also left home. I locked the house, and went for playing, and I got lost in the games. And then at 5 o'clock, when the hooter sounded for the everyone to leave, so then I remember I said, "No, my father is going to come, and I have to go home for prepare." And in the meantime, it was a little raining also. It started dripping. So when I reached home, I found that the lock, when I went, I checked my pocket and the key was not there. And so I was really scared because my father was really very angry mood. He was kind of jalali. So I had to be really very disciplined. So I was really got scared. I said, no, God, I might get good beating. And so I went to, so what to do? So I went to this dargah, this shrine. Um, I, I, I should call it shrine because people used to come there, pay their respect and worship, and they put their sheets on the green sheets on the dargah. So I went there and I started praying him, please help me to get the keys. And after a while I was praying, and I started suddenly, if not kind of hypnotized, and I started walking on myself. And I was walking, and around 100 feet, and I entered in a house. I just entered, I crossed the veranda, and I entered in the middle room. The man, his name I still remember, Mr. Singh, and he was also working in the same factory. And he was just taking his clothes, shirt, just got to open because he also arrived just the time. And I asked him, he was also got shocked. Who is this boy coming to me directly in the entered in my house? And so I said, Uncle, have you got any keys? I asked him. And he looked at me, and then he put his hand and took out one bunch. He said, yeah, yeah, I got this bunch on the way. And I said, yeah, this is mine. And I just grabbed and ran, and I opened my house, which was just few blocks away. So opened it. But this thing really later on, I thought, my God, means really it works. And how could he know it is there? He first might have located it. And he could then force me, drive me there, means he could send me there like a robot. And then the same person and same timing, he just arrived there. So when this saint knows all this, he has that power. Also, inner world, my God. So my devotion increased towards Baba, and then uh, later on, after that, when I started reading Baba's literature, like this is all illusion, this inner world is there, this is a gross world, then there is subtle world, then there is a mental world, and then God's domain is there. God is within us, it's not outside. Outside is only gross shadow, which is confined into time and space, and then it finishes. So our existence are only time bound. Yeah, but then soul is there, it stays. Then that rebirth takes place. Then it takes rebirth based on the karma, and then it chooses the right place, right people, right parents, which matching to your karma. So that is the destiny we are already with us. And then, so likewise, that goes on till one meets the guru or godman, and we finish all our karmic loads, our debts, our relation, whatever, give and take, and then we become lighter. Then Sadguru is there, or Avatar is there, he picks us, he brings into his domain, and then inner life starts. Like my father was fit for the path. We don't know whether we are fit for the path and all, but see, Baba says that there are in this lifetime, avatar, Tariq time, Baba made it easier. He said there are two ways of God realization or liberation. One is through bhakti and love and meditation and that intense desire of love, and then finally, uh, another one is through doing your worldly, holding on to the daman, doing your worldly duties, taking care of your family, and then but be in the world, but detached. Like when you hold on to my daman, you surrender to me. And when you surrender to me, oh, whatever comes to me, it is the result of my own karma. I don't need to blame. Oh, he is like that, he is like that. And accept it, the life very easily. And do your duty, whatever comes. And obedience. So that is the obedience. So then that true obedience. And then it's Baba's grace. So you don't know that which plane you are. It is all means what you call it. It's covered. So even you may be on the plains, but you don't know because Baba knows. And then it is His grace when falls on you. Then you get the liberation or mukti, or He puts you, takes you with you in His mandali and helping His work or whatever. And then, or God realization, whatever. It's His grace on. So it is like that. So all these things we. So I earlier I was very interested in this past life, present life, this, and so because of that, my conviction on Baba became more stronger, stronger, stronger. But then we had a 62 darshan program also, then 63, 64, many occasions. And but after 65, of course, we did not have any contact. But then in 69, that news comes. Baba has dropped his body. So there was a shock. Oh, Baba is gone. My God. So there was a really great shock. I was 18 then. I started crying. And I said, Baba, whether you are God or not, it doesn't matter to me. I love you. So I want to come to you. I had no money. And one person, his name is Karate. He was working in railway. I met him on the way. Uh, so he says, "Oh, Vijay, Meher Baba is dropped his body, and I'm going to Ahmednagar to get the last darshan. And I have a railway pass of my son. Would you like to come?" Oh, yes, yes, why not? And so Baba called me that way, and we managed. We came to Mehrabad, and then his body was not. He's there. It was second day we reached there, and second or third, something like that. And so it was kind of subdued atmosphere, not many people, but it was all the close ones. And Mandli was there, and the Baba's body was covered with ice, and face was open, and everyone used to go down and take his darshan, touch his feet, and then again come out of faith. And they were moving fan sitting around. You might have seen picture also. So I also got down in the pit and touched his feet, and then came out of the stairs. And then, so that was the last darshan. But so, as you know, then what happened? Everyone were shocked in India. I saw his lovers. But then what happens? Some people were confused, like shocked. Yare, he did not break his silence. And, so, but for us, yeah, then what happened? The people in the West, they started having many visions and various experiences. And in India also, some people they got this vision and dream and various things started happening. And so everyone started rushing to Mehrabad, Maharaja to find out what is this all about. Means, it was so intense desire. So even from America, and people started coming to Mandali, asking them various questions, asking about him. And so Mandli was also surprised. And Mandli used to say that we have seen his divinity. No, we have seen his physical nearness, vicinity, but now he see his divinity through you people. Those people with cameras, like Irwin Love comes with his group, he interviews everyone, Mandali, then he travels in India. There were people like Jeff, he also got the experience. So, like that, and so that was the second phase. It started then. So we have seen the first phase, and now it was the second phase, the people rushing to Mandali, and that continued for 40 years. So the people started coming to Maharaja, staying with them, interviewing them, and Mandali also slowly explaining them. Because in 1968, one Mandali member, Padri, he told Baba, your health is down and so much is no darshan program. But Baba said, no, no, sir, I will give darshan reclining in that 69 darshan. So everyone was prepared also to, they were making preparation. But nobody knew that reclining darshan means it will be like this. He said, Baba, no, no, it is the time to close the shop. And Baba said, no, no, now the shop is opening. So we have seen the tamasha. Now the shop is slowly opened and the people started coming. And but when Baba was there, so in 62 East West gathering, Baba really loved his Western lovers. He took care of each one, those coming to him, great care, remarkable. So Mandli also took great care of all Western. They gave special importance because you see, in India we are already this spiritual culture, and everyone it's a culture here. They worship God or any master or any guru, or there are so many goddesses. But in the West, I think they have those who come to Baba. They have that sincerity to know about spirituality and about Baba, and they really. So I think I felt, yes, I felt they are really sincere lovers of God. And so, and the way Mandli took care of them also, we were also great honor for them.
BJ,
So, yeah,
excuse me. I think
yeah.
we didn't hear the full story of you going to see Baba with your father when you were 9 years old.
Yeah. Thank you for reminding me. So, yeah. I just slipped. So, in 1960, on 8th June, when the first day we went there, and Baba, so I was really restless actually because on the train I remember my thoughts now also. I was 9 year old and I was so curious ki how the first meeting with Baba, how Baba should be like this, Baba should be, though I have seen his picture. So I was really excited to see him. So when we reached the Guru Prasad, it was all quiet and very few people, and because no one is allowed except invitees, and there was so then I came to know कि Baba's darshan is going on. In this, Baba is giving actually calling personal interview. He's calling each person he has invited. So one by one. So I was really very restless. So when I came to know that this room Baba is giving darshan, it was a side room when you enter the Guru Prasad. Right side when you go, so right side and then the left room, first room. So there was a small room, two rooms, and then there is in the middle a hall, and then backside the woman mandli and all one. This was. So I started going to and fro in front of the door, try to sneak, peep in. But the door was also closed and the window was also closed. So I actually dared to come and came near the window, and there were shutters. So I came there and I raised the shutter, and I raised the shutter and peeped in, and I could see Baba's face, like a side face. And Baba was, Eric's back was towards me, and Baba was talking to someone. uh, some person was there. And I focused on Baba's face, and I got absorbed just watching him. And after some time, I felt a pressure on my collar. Somebody pulled me, and looked, it was Erech, and he was angry. He said, who are you? Whose son you are? Is the way to peep into Baba's room. And I was got his, he was really angry. But then I closed the window, and he went back. And but again, he might have realized he was very rude to me. So he again comes back. I was also very upset. Then he comes back to me. He came to know that he's Sulu's son, and then so he kissed me, he hugged me, and so that was my first encounter with the Arab, and that I can't forget. So that is a memory. First he scared me, and then he loved me, and then so I was really discomforted. And then suddenly the call comes. Sulu, the Baba's nephew, one of the nephew came running. Sulu, Baba's calling. And we have to be ready without wasting a moment. And so we rushed. And my father first, and I am back. And I am, so Baba, I saw Baba was just where, as soon as we were in, Baba also walked in very fast. Like energy is amazing. Means I saw him really walking for, not like limping or anything. I saw him fast. And then he sat on the chair, and then he asked my father, uh, Baba was wearing white sadra. But looked so beautiful. See, like an angel. Cannot forget. Means, see now, once you see Baba, na, there is no match. Means you will forget all the beauties and all the everything, everyone. And it's so light, like I was walking like air, and white sadra, and oh, the like a smell of flowers, and amazing. Means I think even as a child, you could not move your ear there. You will be focused on Baba. uh, so yeah, he come and he asked my father, "Where were you? Why didn't you come on 7th?" And see, there were 10,000 people, or so much. Fifth on 5th and then 7th. But he remembered him. And he said, Baba, I could not get leave. Moreover, I was not very sure that I have to come on 5th. And So Baba said, okay, then he inquired where you are staying. You are staying, otherwise, if you can stay with Arach's house, Bindra house. And Baba said, he said, no, Baba, I have I already made arrangement with my friend at Ganesh Ken and came by bus. But he said, don't be late because he came 8 o'clock, so he should have come at 7:30 actually. So I was watching them, and then I felt also like talking to him. I was continuously looking at his face, and I said, "Baba, I get scared in darkness." I talked in Hindi. "Baba, मुझको डर लगता है अंधेरे में." Baba, I get scared in darkness, and RH was there, and RH Baba just uh, gestured to me, and you take my name. Do you take my name? And the thought comes there. I was just kneeling down, and I was just like this. After means I touched his feet and took his darshan. And Baba, after touching his feet, and when I uh, raised my head like this, kneeling down before him, Baba, I get scared in dark. And so, do you take my name? The thought comes in my mind. My God, he is God. I should tell him the truth. And I say, no, Baba, no. And Baba says, take my name. And such a powerful command, my God. And I still remember, oh, Baba has asked me to take his name. Am I doing it wrong, right? uh, See, I'm not satisfied actually. I'm frankly telling you whether I'm taking, I feel I'm lazy or I'm not doing the justice actually. But I try to remember him, take his name, and remember. Yeah. So yeah, of course. See, once you are alone at home and all, of course, Baba is there because Baba's pictures are there. So you cannot miss. Yeah, Baba is there always. Yeah, wherever you go. Of course, now the practice that every and not just with me. I think every Baba lovers does like that. So yeah, so I remember few moments. I think I have noted down so few events when I was there. Like, of course, sleeping in the room. Then Baba was, we used to take lunch in the veranda. Uh, and we are sitting on the veranda, and lunch is served. Baba is walking in between row, and he said, uh, take, eat full, eat fully. And so I remember his feet and his moving. That is one scene I remember. Then playing cards with him. In the closed room, Baba used to, one day we sat, I remember, and he was playing cards. And cards means around some 10, 12 people. Some 4, 5 one side, 4, 5 other side. Row, Baba is sitting on a sofa, and I don't know. I was only the boy there sitting. Baba allowed me. So I was just sitting near his sofa, his left side. And I was not included in the game, in the card game. I was just sitting by his sofa. And room was closed. And RH was there on the other side. Right side, RH used to stand always. So I am sitting left. It's like you can say around 1.5 feet distance. Baba's chair, and so they that game each one they distribute one card, and And then they used to show their card, and the user, those who lost, uh, they have to rub their nose on the ground, on the carpet. So when they are rubbing their nose, Baba used to tease, and he used to really enjoy like a child. My God, he's just enjoying. They're rubbing their nose and he's enjoying. And I'm looking at Baba's face, and I'm looking at them because I was the observer there. And so I could see both Baba's face and so like that I was, and I think it went on something like more than about an hour, or less than, little less than. So while I was sitting there, children, they never sit quietly, just putting their hands here, there, watching it. And so there was a switch nearby, press switch. And so I just got hold of that switch and started pressing it. I didn't realize that it was a bell switch for Baba. If he needs anything, he will call the attendant. If any, yeah. So when I press that switch, the attendant comes. The bell ring down there. He came running and he peeped in, and so asking Iris, looking at Iris, and Iris said, no, no, I didn't call. So then he left. After some time, again I press the switch, and again he comes. And Alex says, no, no, he didn't call. And he said, Baba says, look, who is doing this? And then caught me actually holding that switch. And Baba says, he's a mischievous. Means, yeah. Shaitan means in Hindi, he said chanchal. He used the word in Hindi, chanchal. Chanchal means agile, like active or doing all this. Yeah. And so that is one instance. And but he did not angry at all. See, the thing is, it is not like that he gets disturbed or this. No, he was nothing. He was so nice and so kind. I mean, so I really still ask his forgiveness that he's so kind, being disturbed in the game of cards being disturbed, and I still ask for his forgiveness. Yeah. So yeah, and then uh, yeah. So one day, what happened? Baba, I used to keep eye on Baba, and one day I saw Baba just his own. He came. I used to hang around, run here, there on the veranda, going back side, then coming this side, and then going down stairs, then coming. So like around the Mandli. So that day I saw Baba. He came out of the that right side room, and there was a veranda. Then after veranda there was a small room, and so Baba came out very fast, and he entered into that small room. So when I saw Baba entering, I just chased him, and he went inside the room, and I also sneaked behind him. And when we went inside, I saw inside it was a small room, and Baba is standing there. Other side in front of him there was his half bust sculpture. The artist, the sculpture, he's making Baba's face, and Baba looking at his face, and he's telling him the sculptor like this, doing like this, and I'm looking at Baba's face like this, and looking at the sculpture and this, and he did not mind my presence in the room. That was the small room. I was with him, and that was white color bust, half, and the artist making his the doing working with the sculpture. So I really feel blessed that in solitude I was with Baba alone in a small room. And then Baba went, and then I also received. That is one. And then one day Baba asked my father, "Yeah, come early tomorrow, 7:30. We will go for house visit and all." So that day we were very excited. We really reached early, and then we sat in a car. Not in the same car. There was a fleet of cars, like 4 or 5 cars. And in the front car, Baba, we just got ready earlier only, and we already sat and waiting for Baba that he's coming and sitting in the front car. And I was also in the car watching, and then when Baba came, sat in the car, and that car he went to house visit, and then what do you call this? Those were those orphan ladies orphans, or they Baba went there. So some places I really remember. Uh, so that was one time. Then there was one incident. One day, Baba was sitting in the Mandli hall, and then there was a dead body procession. Some must be some Muslim procession, because that procession they was in a cart. They were taking for pushing the cart, and the dead body was there, green, and there's a procession of people going. And Baba came out of the room, and it was just on the Bangla, on the main road. The procession is going, and Baba is watching there. What a lucky soul that the God Himself watching, God man watching the procession. Very, and there was a deep silence. There were some 10, 15 only people outside, behind, standing behind him. And there was a pin drop silence. And I was playing, I came running, I was doing like this, "Whoo," like this. And then I saw Baba there, and the people, the person in the back is a shh, Baba, like this he did. And I just freezed, and I stood, and Baba, he turns his face like this, and he looks at me with a childlike curiosity, that he is not angry, that no unhappiness or no expression, but just a child, like, "Oh, this boy has disturbed me." No, not like that. He was really with a, just looked at it, such an innocent face. I really means, I don't think that any human will at that moment when he's watching disturb him, he will get disturbed. Yeah. But he was really so kind. uh, so that is one instance. And then Baba looking at the procession, then sitting in the car, Baba directing the sculpture, playing cards, taking lunch, fitting into Baba's room. Yeah, so those I remember. There were, but it was the 1960 visit was really very important to me. Yeah, yeah. I am looking at the time. It is 9:30. So can I go on further, Betty? Hello.
Can you, I hope you can sing a couple of,
Yeah, yeah. So
You
I
could.
think I described it, and there is more to talk. So maybe some other time, and I will sing So because see, my father has written Mehar Prakash Bhajnawali in 1954, and Baba asked him to write his feelings and songs. So it was published and 1,000 copies, and 800 copies were given to Aditya Irani,
Vijay,
and
Vijay, maybe first I should see if anybody has a question.
yeah, oh, okay, sure,
And how
sure.
about that? Anybody have any
Yeah.
questions for BJ? That was a
Mhm.
very full
Question.
visit. Sorry.
How can we tune into your meeting that you do in Pune? Will we be able to join that when you have your weekly or monthly meeting? You said you have a meeting.
I think for me the most favorite place is our Zoom. So I think I can come on, and I can communicate, means it is like a talk, means I'm talking my experience. I can listen to your experience. I am more interested in listening also. Meeting is people. I toured all over, so I can. It will be a happy situation. Yeah, yeah. I'm at your service.
That's easier. That's the easy way. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
Can do it.
See, at Baba's tomb, it is written "Master in servitude," and to tell the people about the God Man is really a nice job. Yeah,
Well, it's been wonderful seeing you and listening to you. It's a gift.
yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Was your
So I,
sorry,
yeah.
was your father a singer? Did he sing?
Actually, my father is unfortunately when Baba asked him to, so he was, I yeah, yeah. There was an instance. So Baba sitting in a Guru Prasad room. There were around I think say 25 people. Madhusudan was there, and Deshmukh was there, and my father and me sitting. So that day Baba asked everyone to sing two lines. And my father, when he started, I think many occasions he asked earlier also. But his voice was not that good, something
Okay.
like Dolores voice. And Baba asked him to stop, stop. He said, I will go to sleep. If you sing, I will go to sleep. And then the entire universe will go to sleep in mode. Yeah, so that is the, I think I'm glad you have reminded that. Yeah,
You have
Sulli Meshram, one of the Baba's dear lover and the author of the song collection Meher Prakash Bhajnawali. Right. So now that book is actually, I think I'm inspired with Baba Zoom and all this talk. So I think I'm going to reprint, and I will write Sulu's life also and reprint all his bhajans and all. So that work I would like, means I just begin. I just begin. It might take a year or to complete, but I just begin.
we hear it. We were here. We witnessed. You're starting a new endeavor.
Yeah. Uh,
You
so
have a beautiful voice, Vijay. Your voice is
yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. Thank you. So yeah, so in 90th, and then he, when I was 6 years old, he put me in the music school, and he got a harmonium from Pune, and that was in 1964. Pune Mahendra and Sons, that harmonium store. Still, that store is there, and he put me in the music school. So, and even means he was so keen on my learning to music, so I could sing his songs. And even one day I was playing and sleeping like this. He wanted me sleeping. He used to put water on my face, and one day he got so annoyed, so he slapped me. He slapped me, though I was crying and I was singing. So that's a kind of actually, I love myself. So see, he was really very simple, but very straightforward and very. I have not seen means he is so innocent and childlike person. But anger, and I beared all his anger because he was mostly angry, so I was there to face the anger.
Dear.
So now, but I realize maybe my sanskaras he was washing
Yeah.
because yeah. So I'm thankful to him. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I developed my interest in singing, and at the centers I used to sing my practice at Jabalpur, and they liked my singing, so they asked me to sing one bhajan at every meeting. And still I am following. I go to Pune Center and I offer my uh, offerings, bhajan, and even samadhi. One, samadhi, everyone sits and offers their bhajans to Baba, and so everyone. And so one day, I remember when those days of Nanak came, I didn't sing, and I was leaving. So then after the Aarti over, he called me back. He said, Vijay, you didn't sing today. Always, whenever you are here, offer a song to Baba. And he was so serious that I say, yeah, I will try to offer my song whenever I go to Baba or Baba meeting or wherever Baba is or come. So I made it a practice. So I offer my song to Baba.
Who
So
was it? That,
yeah,
who,
and
who,
I really enjoy. Yeah,
which one? Who is it? Ted who told you that you should?
Nana Kher, Nana
Nana. Oh,
Kher, who
oh, yeah,
was used to welcome everyone,
yeah,
welcome home,
yeah.
welcome home.
Oh,
Mandali member, he was unmarried. He said he's married to Baba. Very great person. See,
mm,
all the Mandali members were really great people. We have not seen characters like that.
mm.
They are really great, and each one has a great quality. Each one, they are so different. And yeah, so I think yeah. So this is the song. This is a ghazal. Actually, it was sung before Baba, and it was sung before Baba, written by Khak Sahib. Khak Sahib is a pen name. He's Sahib Asmi. So he was a singer. Baba, when Baba called the Bhajan Mandali at Mahabaleshwar, Pune Bhajan Mandali, so he could not go. So he requested some some singer to give this ghazal to Babas. Means yeah, show this. So then I think everyone because he was in bad health, bad shape, he could not go. So when everyone when Bhajan Mandi sang before Baba, they almost forgot about his sleep. So Baba reminded, inquired about him, Khak Sahib, and then asked him if he has any message. So they say, yes, Baba, this the this is the ghazal he sang. So I think I will sing that ghazal and तूर पे तुझको जाके देख लिया means we have seen you at the mountain. Tur means mountain. See those. He was a Muslim, so he in the Quran they describe Moses. Hazrat Moses used to communicate with God on the Tur mountain. So that was. So he says कि मेरी जिंदा दिली को देखकर हैरत हुई है दुनिया मेरा दिल चीर कर देखे तो निकले my open-heartedness, seeing my open-heartedness, the entire world has become surprised, because when they cut my heart and opened it, they found the pieces of the uh, horn, what do you call it? A peer, bow, the pieces of bows in my heart. Then he says कि देखना था तुझे बहर सूरत अपनी हस्ती मिटा के देख लिया. I wanted to have your darshan, your form, real form, and I have seen it after losing my existence. I uh, I have seen you after losing my existence. Then he says कि तूने अपना जमाले खुद आरा शक्ल इंसान में आके देख लिया. You have seen, you have taken human form. Yeah. He says कि you have taken that human form, you have come as a God man to see your own reflection. It's like a mirror. Every drop is a mirror, and you are seeing your own beauty. That's why we have come on earth. See, God is alone also, he is getting bored. So he, and there is no one how he look at his so he has created this creation, so we worship him and he see his face in us. So there's a beauty, see, a very learned person. And then he says कि तूने मेरी वहशत का तूने पर्दा नशी अपनी सूरत जला के देख लिया. Yeah. He says कि my wildness, my character, my this my wildness behind the curtain. Yeah. So you have seen, you are behind the curtain, you are hiding behind the curtain, and you have seen my insane behavior and madness. Yeah, my wildness. Okay. And then he says कि शाह से है तेरा गधा मुमताज शान अपनी घटा के देख लिया. He says a donkey at your door is much better than the king. The king might envy a donkey at your door. Yeah. So I think this is very encouraging for us. We are Baba lovers. We are much better than the kings. The king should envy us. So that's what he says. So and definitely Baba has selected us all. So we are really better than anyone. Yeah, I think there is no pride, but I think sometimes we should feel also satisfied. Then he said, शब महराज अहद को अहमद ने बुरकाए मीम उठा के देख लिया. On the night of passage of heaven, I saw the beautiful face of my beloved lifting veil of duality. And the last is thing, what more do I say now? I am speechless and tongue tied. I have already arrived at the word that contains all the meaning. Then he says कि to be able to love is not a joke or child's play. Khak. Khak says कि that he has realized after falling in love. So that divine love is not a easy task. And that's what he has realized after falling in love. It's not the game of the weak-hearted. I will sing this. Really. Please tell me when to stop. So no problem.
Oh, Vijay, do you have your original sound on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to. मेरी जिंदा दिली को देख कर मेरी जिंदा दिली को देख कर हैरत हुई दुनिया मेरा दिल चीर कर देखे तो निकले तीर के टुकड़े तूरे पे तुझको जाके देख लिया तूरे पे तुझको जाके देख लिया दूर पे तुझको जाके देख लिया दूर पे तुझको जाके देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया देखना था तुझे बहर सूरज देखना था तुझे बहर सूरज अपनी हस्ती मिटा के देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया पूरे पे तुझको जा देख लिया तूने अपना जमाले खुद आरा तूने अपना जमाले खुद आरा शक्ले इंसान में आगे देख लिया शक्ले इंसान में आगे देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया पूरे पे तुझको जाके देख लिया शाह से है तेरा गदा मुमताज शाह से है तेरा गदा मुमताज शान अपनी घटा के देख लिया शान अपनी घटा के देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया पे तुझको जाके देख लिया शब मेरा अदर शब मेरा अहद को अहमद ने शबे ऐरान अहद को अहमद ने शबे मेराब है तो अहमद में देख लिया देख लिया आगे अपनी जुबान नहीं खुलती आगे अपनी जुबान नहीं खुलती हरफे मतलब पे आके देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया दूर पे तुझको आके देख लिया शैव ए आशिकी नहीं है शैव ए आशिकी नहीं है खाक ने दिल लगा के देख लिया खाक ने दिल लगा के देख लिया होश अपना गवा के देख लिया दूर पे तुझको जाके देख लिया अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय
Wow.
थैंक यू बाबा थैंक यू
Beautiful.
थैंक यू थैंक यू
This is a beautiful song. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And Vijay ji, correct me. I didn't hear you fully because I just logged in. Is this the song where somebody commented, I think Ghani or Dr. Ghani or somebody commented saying that he must have definitely seen Baba in his real form.
Oh, definitely. It's
Yeah.
Khak Sahib
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
his name Sahib Asmi. Yeah,
Yeah.
Khak.
Yeah.
So definitely because he says कि अपनी हस्ती मिटा के देख लिया.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
existence. He has
And
seen, we must have seen
and he
God's
says,
grace.
I lost my consciousness. I mean, consciousness of the world, and then I could see you, something like that. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank
अपनी
you.
अपनी
Yep.
हस्ती मिटा के देख लिया. My
Right.
existence.
Vijay, you
Love.
must come on Arti and sing for us. It's so beautiful. Come on Arti and bring your song too.
Yeah, Aarti song. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, please. Oh, that was beautiful.
Which
That-
Aarti you might like?
Oh no, I mean, well, I was thinking when we have Baba Zoom Arti.
Oh,
When you
yeah.
bring your
Oh,
song.
yeah, got it.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
definitely, Aarti, I love to sing
Please.
every
Yeah.
night.
You have
One song, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether it is convenient sometime in the evening, sometime in the morning, so at least every day.
Drop in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I really enjoyed. Means I feel very free at Zoom and means no hesitation. I can talk to you all. I can express. Feel free. I feel
I'm
comfortable.
glad we got your whole story, starting with your dad, and then I'm glad we have it all now from pretty much. Yeah. Your time with Baba.
Jai
Yeah.
Baba. Thank you again for
Jai
listening
Baba. Jai
and giving
Baba.
me this opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see you again real soon.
Jai
I hope
Baba. Jai. Thank
Hey,
you.
Baba.
Thank
Jai
you. Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai
Hey,
Baba.
Thank you.
Thank
BJ.
you,
So
Prakash.
nice to have you back.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
you
BJ.
too, everyone.
All
Yeah.
right. I think it's time for you to go on to bed now, I bet, or soon.
Yeah. No
Thank
problem. I think I will take another hour or two to go to bed. I don't feel sleepy.
Now you're all energized. That's a problem.
Yeah, energized. Oh,
My
see,
hair
when
was,
you sing and connect with Baba, you get a special
I
joy.
know.
ah, ah,
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Meher Kiran ji, thank you. Thank you, Meher Kiran ji. Jai Baba.
hey, Baba.
All right. Okay, we'll go now and thank you so much. All right. Jay
Thank you.
Avatar Meher
Amen.
Meher Baba ki
Ki
jai. Jai.
Avatar Meher
Meher
Baba
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 Ki
ki jai.
ki jai.
Avatar
Avatar Meher Baba ki jai.
Ki Jai. Thank you, thank you.
Jai Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai
Uh,
Baba.
Jai Baba.